Hey everyone, it's Richie Burke and I'd like to welcome you to episode 1 of Keys with the Go-Gedders, where each week we're going to be answering your questions on how to grow your business through digital marketing. I'm here in Bayview right in front of our office today and it's finally getting nice out, which brings us to our first question from our good friend Derek Collins, owner of the Pedal Tavern, and he's wondering simply, how do we market better to tourists? So Milwaukee does over $3 billion a year in tourism, most of that coming from the summer. So let's head in and get started. All right, so first thing we need to think of when marketing to a certain audience is, who are these people and what do they like to do and where are they spending time? So Derek, I'm thinking for your audience, for the Pedal Tavern, probably your sweet spot's gonna be 24 to 45-year-olds with some money to spend, who are in town looking to have a good time, likely going to festivals, brewer games, doing other activities. So, where are these people going to be spending time? They're going to be spending a lot of time on Facebook, and something I think would be interesting is Airbnb. Airbnb keeps getting bigger and bigger with more people staying there. So, in this segment, we're going to focus on Facebook advertising hacks and how we can use Airbnb to reach this audience. All right, so let's start with Facebook and let's start with your content. So, the Pedal Tavern, you have a very fun visual product. People are out there having a great time, they're drinking. I would create a really good 30-second to 1-minute commercial meant for Facebook. Video posts get 62% engagement to normal photos and are 7 times more shareable. So 1, I'd focus on creating a video. 2, let's talk about targeting. A lot of cool targeting tricks that you could do to capture tourists in this area. First thing is you can target people specifically who are traveling to Milwaukee and who are in a 10 to 20 mile radius of the city, meaning they're already in the city. So actually, this may not be the best idea for the Pedal Tavern, but could be a great idea for other businesses. I'm just saying that because Pedal Tavern's not necessarily an impulse buy. I'm guessing people are buying it, booking a week or 2 ahead of time, kind of planning that weekend out or even months. But if you're a local restaurant, this very specific geo-targeting can be pretty powerful for you. So Derek, how this Facebook targeting applies to the Pedal Tavern, I think you gotta be targeting people who like these festival pages, who like Summerfest, who like Irish Fest, maybe live in the Chicago area, or just within a 90-mile radius of Milwaukee, and then run an ad to them with that video with the headline, looking to make the most out of your Summerfest experience, roll the video, target those people, and call them to action. Another thing, there's a lot of business travelers. I think of that big Northwestern Mutual event where everyone flocks to Milwaukee in September. Those guys love to drink. You could target Northwestern Mutual employees who are visiting Milwaukee, or target them in August, the week before that, and run that video ad. So definitely some targeting tricks that you can do to reach tourists. Another thing that I'm thinking is using these pages as influencers. So you could reach out to Summerfest or Irish Fest or even, the Milwaukee Brewers and see if you can work out a deal where they can post that on your page, looking for a great activity before the Brewer game. And then you have that sweet video and there's some copy and maybe, a 10% discount code, Brewers 10. You could do the same thing with Summerfest. I mean, those guys are looking to add value and your product can add value. So I'd go to Summerfest or Irish Fest or the Brewers, maybe offer them, their employees a couple free weekday Pedal Taverns in exchange for them putting that post up, put some money behind it. And I think that would be a very effective way to use Facebook advertising to reach into your target audience and capture those tourists. So the other thing I wanted to touch on today is trying to capture this, growing Airbnb audience. A lot of these bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, guys, girls weekends, people going to these festivals, they're looking to stay at Airbnb houses now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at what the cool houses are that have over 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 people staying at them. And I'd recommend actually personally reaching out to these owners. So let's hop on here, take a look. So we're heading to Airbnb in Milwaukee. Let's see, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Let's check out August. Friday and Saturday. Let's go 8 guests, apply. So you've got a bunch of houses right downtown here. So Lakeview high rise, 4 beds. Up to 16 guests, 22 reviews, so it's legit. So on something like this, I'd reach out to this, I think it said her name was Les. I'm not sure if she's a real person, but you can contact hosts. So I would send her a message and start that dialogue and, you know, try and work out an agreement with her. I don't know if she'd want to, you know, a couple free rides on the Pedal Tavern for her guests, but using that to kind of get in the door with her and see if she wants to offer the Pedal Tavern or give her a 20% commission on each Pedal Tavern that she sells, because people who are going to be staying in that house are looking to have a good time. And for these Airbnb hosts to get great reviews, part of their job is, you know, recommending places where people are going to have a good time. So I would try and hack into this Airbnb audience. I just head on to Airbnb, start emailing these hosts. Another good place is our friends right up the street at the Kin, Milwaukee, which I recommend checking out if you guys have not already. So the Kin Milwaukee, it's a guest house and people can rent the entire place out. They have about 8 rooms right on KK, right by Walker's Point where the Pedal Tavern's located. And there's going to be a lot of wedding parties there, a lot of people who are renting it out for the weekend looking to have a good time. So I'd be reaching out to the Kin, I'd be reaching out to Airbnb hosts, and I'd be hitting it hard on the Facebook advertising. So that'll pretty much wrap up this episode on how to use digital, or, you know, how to market to tourists. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.